I like doing interviews with my clients or quiz and polls just to gather information where people get stuck when it comes to standing out and selling their services. And often women admit that they either get held back by the imposter syndrome, they're brilliant at what they do, but they struggle when it comes to selling, or simply they have exhausted different ways of posting, promoting, but their message seems that it's not landing in the right people. They are confident that what they have to offer as their service and skills is really valuable, but that value, it doesn't seem to get to the right people, and it's frustrating, right? If you are an entrepreneur, especially of those amazing women in health and well-being who you spent years of mastering your craft and earning your qualification, your certifications, and you really care about helping people, your whole essence of your job, your work, your business is in health, well-being, wellness. You're focusing on getting results for your clients and transforming people's lives, right? But when it comes to actually transforming your skills and expertise into a service that stands out and sells out, this is where so many highly skilled entrepreneurs get stuck. And if that's where you're finding yourself, you're really not alone. So I wanted to record this video because of the patterns I see out there. Like I say, I speak to so many women, and this is one of the biggest problems they get stuck with. And it's getting increasingly difficult to stand out in a noisy world where everybody's trying to sell you something, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't really like to be sold the hard way, the pushy way, or maybe with the fear of missing out, or just maybe with fancy ads, sponsored ads that keep shouting at your face every time you go on social media and you get scrolling. You see all these advertisements and fancy funnels coming your way, or you see people, genuine people, just keep posting and posting and posting, but nothing seems to be working. Well, no surprise, because the internet and the online space is just really flooded with a lot of noise, and it's so difficult to distinguish what's true, what's fake, and simply the actual process of selling, we have got it wrong, right? Because you don't start by selling your product or your service. You start by earning the right to sell. And that earning right to sell, it is a organic process. It takes time, and it takes time to get to be known, liked, and trusted. And there is no way to speed up that process by fancy advertisement. It really is being studied by Google and other big companies that it takes around 7 hours of someone getting to know you by either reading your book, listening to your podcast, watching maybe a video like this, or following up on social media, where they get to consume your content and they get to see you, who you are as a person. That is really crucial for people to get to know, like, and trust you. And it takes time, and it's been measured, like I said, about 7 hours. Not only that, it takes about 11 touch points. So it's not just the hours that people need to spend reading your book or listening to your podcast or listening to an interview, or maybe meeting you at an event and getting to have actually a chat conversation with you, but it takes 11 times of that thing to happen for them to actually get to experience and get to learn more about you, rather than just quick, polished maybe a media show or interview. They want to know you, because many of us have been burned, and trust takes time to be built, right? So 11 touch points. And the other key thing to notice and to know is that actually you don't just get to build know, like, trust in one platform or one way, maybe just online. People like to see people in their different way on different platforms, not just maybe Facebook, but maybe they'll try and see where else you're showing up, who else is talking about you, where else are you doing some work, or you are showing up maybe at a networking event, maybe one-to-one, maybe they'll be following to see what else you're doing, maybe on LinkedIn or your website. So it's just being aware that there's that 360 degrees that people are looking for, following someone and getting to know them better, not just with one video, not just with one a meeting or one follow-up. So my invitation to all of you who are in the field of selling services and wanting to build that know and like trust factor is, don't lead with selling. Posting and trying to do promotion is a hard breaking, really difficult job to do, because it doesn't stick. Just by going to try to post and sell, it is exhausting exercise where I end up posting maybe in 100 groups or sharing the same post and nobody engages. Selling is the last thing that you do as an entrepreneur. And I like explaining this to my clients, that we do reverse engineer the sales process. And the reverse engineer is like that. We start with getting to study our clients. You don't have a messaging problem. You have, I call it a caring problem. You need to care enough to spend long enough time to get to study exactly what the problems of your ideal clients are, and not just the problems, but the root cause of those problems, the costs. What is really that costing them? What are those problems and pain points that you can fix for them is costing them on a daily or weekly basis? What is really that showing up? How is this showing up in their lives? So getting to study, to care enough to study your clients, to launch quizzes like I do, or questionnaires, or get to organize panel discussions or interviews, get to ask the questions, get to care about your ideal clients. The next step in the selling is you really start seeding that idea of concept or solution. You start noticing and speaking about what the problem is, what might be keeping people stuck, and seeding that you have a solution, that you've discovered the pain and you've discovered why people might be stuck in that situation. What are they doing wrong? Like often when it comes to, again, selling, the seeding that I do is that you're doing selling with the skills you have as an expert in your field, but actually to sell what you are great at, it's a different set of skills that you need to understand selling. And that's when you turn your services, you stop chasing clients and you stop selling services and you start selling solutions the right way, and you start attracting clients rather than selling, rather than chasing. So this happens when you learn how to seed, move from caring and studying your clients to seeding that, showing the gap and seeding that there is a better way, seeding the solution, the outcome. And the third step in the process is really when you position your service, your solution as the unique selling proposition, as that signature offer, as that unique solution to their problem. You've taken the time to research, you've taken the time to get to know them, and now you've packaged something that is delivered in such way, is positioned in such way that becomes directly focused on their pain and directly doing that fast track to taking them to the outcome, to the solution they so much desire. And you position yourself as the person of authority, as the person of credibility, who not only knows their pains, but knows the solution and knows the whole pathway of getting them there. And that's when selling feels like a natural next step in the conversation. It doesn't feel awkward, it doesn't feel pushy or salesy, it feels and flows naturally. So this is a simple process that I teach when I work with my clients, and it literally shifts the whole sales process and the whole feeling of having to sell yourself. You focus on selling the solution, and it makes the whole process much more easier. I hope you're finding this valuable, and if you do, click the subscribe button to see more of these videos coming.